Ladies and gentlemen, I am Star-Lord New Thor 7, your planetary defense commander. Although, commander sounds a little aggressive. And I'm here to ask you if you are ready for the next in the wave after wave after wave nor'easter parade of 2018. And, hey West Coast, are y'all ready for an atmospheric river? And hey, Europe, are y'all ready for an extension of the beast from the east? Yeah, the sun's been acting wild, the weather's been acting wild, and people have been acting wild. But the good news is I still feel like we are stepping down from the evil peak of humanity into much better times. I have no faith in bad guys, so it's best we all learn to work together and prepare for a future, because these severe weather challenges are going to keep taking it up a notch. So it's time we do the same. What we're looking at here is low-level moisture. And though the models are telling meteorologists and other people, it doesn't look like we will be getting a nor'easter Sunday night, which would be our third in 10 days. I'm like, I don't know about that, man. Here's one of the things we're fighting with here. This giant plume of moisture that is going to, look, with two hands, give a hug to California, Southern California. And then we have the pressure fighting down against this high pressure over here. So here's where a big battle is going to take place. And my gut feeling is that the pressure is going to win. And at Mike's weather page, he's reminding us that we got a low pressure energy moving across the central U.S. So this is tomorrow. And does that look like we should step down our guard and preparations for severe weather? It is definitely good to get out and meet your neighbors again, maybe bake them some cookies, and to have an extra few days or even a week of food and supplies on hand in case your power goes out or it gets really snowy or really wet. And start to have preparation plans to stay updated and aware if you do have to evacuate, because the models have been changing pretty fast lately. And they've been changing faster and been more erratic as time goes on. Now, the new model of the GFS came out and has been consistent with reminding us that it looks like it's going to be a problem. 18Z GFS Nor'easter number 3. Watch be like, you'd better work together better, and I couldn't agree more. Hashtag wild WTF weather challenges Nor'easter Parade 2018. We are all in this together, United Earth family. All right. So, one of the things we're looking at is this is water vapor. And look at this pattern, man. Right here. Wild and crazy. Look at that right there. So, even though Isaac Newton warned us to not use the solar system as like some type of mathematical clock, it is creating some sacred geometry in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean right about now. So, that's something to keep in mind. And this is just a quick look. And the GFS is saying no matter what, from top to bottom, at one point you're going to get a lot of moisture, snow, sleet, rain. And the south is going to get drenched again. And though some people are like, we shouldn't worry that much because, ready to go. We only have 122 rivers in flooding. And remember, they're going to flood all the way down. Flood all the way down. And we have, I think, 90 near flooding. All it takes is one more big bad storm. Here's our current snow cover. This is today's severe weather. And look at the jet stream. It's almost like Mother Nature is pointing to that specific spot. I wonder what is there. But like I said, here's the fight that's going to come in and burst: the higher pressure. And another reason not to let down your guard and to be extra prepared is this is today's total cloud water. Yes, it is. You're not going to love it for me, baby. Well, I hope you saw it, because it looked like there's a lot of total cloud water. Now, what we're going to look at right here, right now, this is the 11th. And so, that is a whole lot of moisture, ma'am. And it's making some crazy shapes. Plus, that's almost like an arrow pointing right there. I'm wondering what is going to happen right there. And so it looks like this amount of moisture would make me say, if you're anywhere from this area down to here, I would stay watch. Mexico, middle of America, Canada, we're all the Americas, boy, girl, ma'am, lady, sir. We are all one American family, whether you like it or not. Okay, so, yeah, look at that. Any planetary defense commander who's telling you that this situation is not going to cause a lot of problems, well then, I guess we'll have to wait and see. What do we got next? Oh yeah, so here we are, looking at the clouds. So here's our last nor'easter. If I'm right, and this one strafes the coast, this would be our third nor'easter in 10 days. So my wave after wave after wave after wave saying only gets more relevant in time. And it seems like these storm patterns are coming faster and faster each time, doing more infrastructure damage. So now is the best time of all for everybody to drop all their crazy mind bullshit, release the hate and the anger, and say, hey, we got a lot of resources. We got to provide us with everything we could ever dream of. So let's start to make some cool stuff again together. All right, this is the latest GFS model. The European is like, hey, don't worry about it. And it's an ain't shit fish storm. And I'm saying it doesn't hurt at all to prepare for the worst case scenario. And knowing that our power grid is like a mishmash big ball of band-aids from the 1940s, it's definitely best to think outside the box and even almost pretend like your government isn't even there. So you're going to have to save your own ass. Your family's going to have to save its own ass. Your neighborhood's going to have to save its own ass. I think you'll find that's an okay way to think, man. Okay, we're going to look at what the GFS says. And right there is our point of contention. How low does the pressure low get? And then how close to the coast does it get? Right here, it's painting a 975, which is, again, kind of like a hurricane low. So we have these kind of mixed bombogenesis winter-spring hurricanes that are a new thing. Though professional meteorologists will probably not sign off on that terminology. And I'm okay with that. But yeah, so here's our big number 3. And so the European model, as I said, says it's an ain't shit fish storm. I'm saying, dude, we've at one point we had 2.6 million people without power. We've seen a lot of these areas go underwater. We had tons of trees breaking, and that is one experience that will ground you. If you listen to healthy trees break and transformers blow all night long, you'll never look at the world the same. That happened to me in like 2013. But here we are, watching what the models are telling us might and probably will happen. Although, thank God they give us like 7 of them. So it's almost like playing whack-a-mole, hoping you whack the right mole. Well, I've been on a hot streak since Hurricane Matthew. So, I'm not saying bet everything. I'm just saying. I don't know what I'm saying. Except for, there's a lot of moisture. We've had a lot of storms. Since the beginning of 2016, we've seen over $1 trillion worth of infrastructure, home, and personal possession damage. And so, adapting to these challenges together is pretty much the best and only way to go. I could argue that we've been in a tribulation period since 9/11. So, it's time to declare the bad days over and make way for the good times to return, so we can jump from being stuck in the 60s to like, boom, next thing you know, we're in 2020 and the world is a wonderful place. So God bless everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. I love you. I forgive you. I hope you feel the same way about me. And try and enjoy life, but if you are on the East Coast, and technically all the coasts, you need to be prepared and you need to stay aware and alert, because we are weather warriors. We don't want to lose any battles, and we are not going to lose the war. It doesn't matter if we're against dimensions, aliens, bad guys, supervillains. Love always wins, baby. So, I will finish putting together an extremely well-edited video that shows you all the damage we have accumulated and why we are definitely not in a position do anything other than take this seriously and priority number one. And I will probably get that out for you by tomorrow. And wouldn't be surprised if more people are like, hey, this might be a nor'easter by tomorrow. Either way, God is great and life is good. And I'm glad you're here learning with me. Because if people think they know everything, then they can't learn anything. And that ain't me. I think we got a lot of factors at play here. And it's time for us to just start coming up with great solutions, which I know we can once we get over certain hurdles. So peace out, stay cool, try and be funny. Alright, that's everybody's challenge for the weekend. And be good to your loved ones, your family, your friends, and everyone. Okay, stay cool.